That was really the thing that I was passionate about in high school, was really robotics and doing that after school, and not really like in the classroom, but actually making something, taking charge of it, learning how to do design on the computer, learning how to do fabrication in the shop and everything like that. So I would say my passion is definitely, not just in like science in school, but also like really taking it after school with extracurriculars.
When I was a little kid, I loved playing with Legos. I grew up around a construction yard. But as soon as I hit school, that got pulled out. All I was allowed to learn was math and Bill Nye the Science Guy, which was cool in its own right, but it wasn't really fully engaging. It wasn't until I came to MIT that I got fully engaged in hands-on learning, which is something that I really believe our country needs.
The way that NVbots all began actually was through a side project that we had about 2 years ago during the summer, and it was myself, Forrest, Mateo, and AJ, and we all decided to make a 3D printer in our basement of the house that we lived in together. So we scrapped together a little bit of money and just started getting parts printed out, getting things ordered off the internet, and put together our own 3D printer from there.
We were students trying to get access to 3D printers for educational purposes, and we couldn't. And that's kind of what motivated us down the road.
We actually didn't know that at first this was going to be, a nice consumer product. We thought it was just going to be something that we had in our basement that we happened to use, and we were sharing our 3D printer just for the fun of it. But the fact that we realized that this was actually something that could help other people when we actually, made our own 3D printer, but not just our own 3D printer, but a better 3D printer, that's when we realized that we had something really cool.
We realized that the state of the art in sharing the 3D printer was, hey, I want to print. All right, send me an email of your file. And then the person who had the file had to do all the slicing and figuring out what the quality they wanted from the object was. And it could take up to an hour to actually figure out what it was you wanted out of the printed object, let alone actually the printing process itself. And then when it came time to print, you'd have to go and physically check the machine. You'd have to observe that the print volume was clear. Because if there's something there in early printing, you can't print again. You have to go away and then come back later when it's ready to go. And then when each job is done, you have to sit there and scrape off the part. And we got immensely frustrated because of these problems. So that's where the whole solution came from, to automate the process, to put a webcam on it, to give you the simple cloud control, which all in all, what they enable is ease of use and ease of sharing.
Our invention is an automated 3D printer. It's the first of its kind where you can actually queue up multiple objects in a row and have them print sequentially without any human interaction. This is really valuable in team environments where there's multiple people sharing a single machine, because it allows everyone to print at once, basically, and then the parts will come out sequentially.
When we first started off, we were just looking at all the different things that we had to know. There's a little bit of electrical engineering, there's a little bit of programming, there's a lot of material science in there, mechanical engineering, and every aspect of it that really just comes together to form this one invention, the 3D printer. We definitely saw like a lot of potential in that for education. What we want to do is democratize 3D printing and allow everybody to use it, because we believe that it's really important to have everybody be able to bring their ideas to life. And that's what 3D printing allows you to do. It allows you to bring your ideas to life.
I would advise a young person interested in becoming an inventor to really focus a lot on the problem before they start to look for a solution. The easiest problems to start with are ones that are close to you or people that you know. I think that anyone can be an inventor. It's kind of an interesting mindset to say, oh, here's an issue, and instead of saying, well, how do other people solve it, to actually take a step back and think about how you want it solved. But that creativity, I think, is present in everyone. It can be a little intimidating sometimes to take that leap, but I don't think that there's any reason to limit yourself from inventing things.
Aspiring inventors should really take advantage of the resources they have available. Because here at NVbots, and especially coming from MIT, we were able to really take advantage of the expertise that our friends had and also our professors. So when you try to tackle a problem and produce some sort of preliminary prototype, it's very important to take that prototype to all of your friends and all of the professors you know to get quality feedback on how to make it better.
keep making things, keep experimenting, keep trying new things in life. The only real limits there are out there are the limits that people put on themselves, I would say. And the more you just put yourself out there and leave your comfort zone of the things you know and try to delve into the unknown, the more you're going to learn, the more you're going to be able to invent, and the more confidence you'll have later down the path when you're trying to do something that you've never done before.